tests. It's not a bad idea to try to save your battery, but it's a good idea to turn the dumb thing on before you get in the pulpit. Maybe a little battery sensitive. I opened my iPad a few minutes ago from which I used to preach, and battery said 2%. I didn't panic. I can print it out and preach it old school, but thank God it charges fast. Hey, listen, there's no church this Wednesday night. We typically reserve that as an opportunity to polish Wonderland of Carols, do any work that we need to do along that line. So, no church Wednesday. Don't show up Wednesday for church. If you need to practice for Wonderland of Carols, might be a good time to be here. But since there's no church on Wednesday, there's family prayer on Tuesday. And if you would normally come to church on Wednesday, I would love to see you bring yourself to family prayer on Tuesday. If you drive in for Wednesday night service, and I realize that we have quite a number, and I don't press real hard for people to drive in for family prayer, but if you would normally be here Wednesday, go ahead and drive in for family prayer on Tuesday. And let's have a great time with the Lord here praying together. There is nothing like corporate prayer. Praying with people that you are walking with God with. So Tuesday night is family prayer. Get here, hook or by crook. And really, it would be great to fill this place up and to shake the rafters with prayer. Amen. Believe it or not, it's kind of Christmas season. I like Christmas season. I don't like what's done to Christmas season. I love what it represents. I don't appreciate all the craziness that's associated with it. One good thing of online shopping, it's diminishing the power of Black Friday. You know why they call it Black Friday? For many retail businesses, it's the first point of the year where they're actually in the black, not the red. So it tells you a whole lot right there. They work all year long, but it's only the last couple months of the year where they're finally making profit for the year. I didn't hear about any fights at Walmart this year. And it may be because most people bought their flat screen TV from Amazon. And it may be that economically America's not doing the best right now. All kinds of things might figure into it. But I noticed the other day I didn't hear about any Black Friday craziness. And I thought, well, that's great. It's always depressing to hear about people who are so caught up in materialism that they're willing to hurt somebody over a piece of glass, electronics, and plastic. But it's Christmas, so we're gonna preach three messages called 3 Reasons Jesus Came to Earth for the next few weeks. Next week it'll be interrupted by Wonderland of Carols. And invite people. We'll entertain them. I will only preach for 4 or 5 minutes, and I won't get crazy. But bring people. I got word a couple of years ago, the remarks I made in the interim, in the intermission, that's what I was looking for, during Wonderland of Carols was deeper and more substantive than an individual who had been going to their church for some time in 5 minutes. Almost got a little prideful about that. But we won't embarrass you. we'll have a great time, but let's fill this sanctuary up with guests and people. And really, listen, if we have a ton of guests, you're going to have to turn your introvert off. And make our guests feel like $1 million. Answer their questions. Point them in the right direction. Show them where the restrooms are. Show them where the information center is. Help them in any way they need. This church has got to be just like your home. If you had a great big Christmas party, some of you might, and some of your guests brought their own guests, people that you don't even know, you've got strangers in your house. Are you going to ignore them? Please, let the sanctuary be just like your home. I got to connect with these people. I've got to help these people. I've got to be a blessing to these people. I realize that 3 messages is not nearly enough to communicate why Jesus came. We could do hundreds. But we are going to focus on 3. And today I want to tell you, Jesus came to overcome darkness. But I look out at a very dark world. It's a mess out there. Satanic clubs are cropping up in our public schools now. And I mean a lot of places. There's all kinds of insanity. People are blinded to the dangers of what they engage in. But we're not blind. Can you imagine a world without electrically generated light? Can you even fathom that? From Edison finally, in his mind, perfecting the light bulb, to neon lights, and then fluorescent lights, and incandescent lights that were improved and improved and improved, and then halogen lights came along, and then LED lights came along, and they told us they will last for years. They'll cost 5 times as much, but they'll last for 7 years. They don't last worth a dime, at least not in my house. Matter of fact, they seem to last less time than the old incandescent ones. They may use less electricity, and well, there's no doubt they do, and that's certainly a plus. But can you imagine living without your light switch? We're so far now that I can turn the lights on and off in my house from anywhere in the world as long as I have internet and my house has internet. Can you imagine? Can you imagine walking around in the dark with a candle? It's hard to fathom. I don't think any of us really could comprehend what it would be like. Yet the light bulb has only been in existence for about 140 years. And if the earth, as the Bible seems to indicate, is about 6,000 years old, people existed without a light bulb for 5,800 years. And we would lose our mind without light. It's not that we must have light bulbs. We've discovered the past few years that on the Kelvin scale, white light, normal light, can look a whole lot of different colors. And you can get the warm light, and you can get the daylight, and then you can get that sanitary hospital bright white light that nobody likes. Those lights that they put over your head at work. I don't know I don't know what's so special, what's more business-like about those super white lights, but those are certainly my least favorite. It's not that we want to have light. We got to have it the right color. If it's not the right color, take the bulb out, throw it away. It's okay. It's a fine bulb. I just don't like the color. Go get me another. We got to